project number 3 for the Jeti. So I've got my little handy dandy tablet thing so that I can work in the ESC with the Castle Link and all that good stuff, because I have to change it so I can calibrate the ESC to the Jeti. I'm going to go in here at the top, the throttle, and I'm going to change it to the throttle type. Right here, we're going to change this to fixed endpoints, and then we're going to update. Okay, and now it says it's all good. And go into here, in there, and do the fixed endpoints to calibrate it correctly. I have it plugged back into the receiver for the Jeti, and this is just gonna, I'm just gonna swap this right over. It should be just a freaking easiest damn thing ever, as long as I have everything going the right way and the elevator isn't reversed like it was on the llama. Coolest sound ever. And then I'm gonna plug in all the other stuff. Okay, I've got this plugged in with my receiver pack down here. You can hear the fan going, which is great because it keeps it cool. So now we're gonna go into the menu. We're gonna go to the model, and we're gonna go to servo setup, and we're gonna go to throttle, which I've already got it set up here. We're ready to go. I'm gonna give it max throttle, and then we're gonna plug in the main packs. And you should be able to hear it even though you can't see it. There was the initial one. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to start coming up on this. And it's usually about 80%, so by 60 I start slowing down. We're waiting for the beep. 2, 3. And come down. Heard the beeps. We're going to go up with this one. There it is. 1, 2, 3. And now we're done. So we will unplug all this stuff and call it good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into, and I gotta find out where the hell it was. This is the hard part, is finding out where everything was. LA tuning. There we go. Throttle curves. So I need to go in here and make this constant. And I need to make that first point 0. It's interesting that it resets it to 50%. Okay.
Idle 1. Idle 2. Idle 1.
There we go. We're gonna go back in here and change it with that one. All right, so I'm back in here. And what I'm gonna go back to do, I'm gonna go back to throttle type, because we want that in governor mode. And we also want it at set RPM, so that we have all of our settings in here, which don't look like what the fuck I had in it before. What we're going to do is we are going to go to File. We're going to go to Load Settings. And in here I have Roll Band Bell 412. We're going to open that one up and see where it was. There we go. Those are the ones that we use. So we're gonna, and it's set and set RPM, and all the good stuff is up there. So I'm gonna go down here, update. There we go. So now we just gotta unplug everything, pull off some blades, and check it. Make sure it's spinning the right way and all that good stuff like it's supposed to be. So now I've got the batteries plugged in. And the only thing I have in here is the throttle. So none of this stuff is working right now. I'm just checking to see how my stuff is working. And you hear the beeps. It says it's supposed to be going. So we're gonna flip it up and to idle 1, which is my idle RPM. I'll make sure everything's spinning the right way.
Idle 1.
Perfect. There we go. Yeah, it looks like I did something right for once. All right, so I found out a little something. I'm taking all of these and I'm just running down the line, putting them in there. Not a big deal. Yeah, so I thought. Okay, so I go take these out. I'm looking right here. They have the little chingy-chinguses on them. And the Jeti does not have it in there. So I gotta turn them stupid things off. So I gotta go in here and I gotta go like this. And I'm using, these are wire cutters. They're really flat. They cut flush cut. I don't know, one of them things, flush cutters. Makes a really nice trim cut on there. And it's just enough to get it into this spot. Make sure I get this the right way. So I gotta do that with all these because all the NASAs have all the things on here. So I gotta go through and do that now. That's always fun. I'm just taking them straight from this receiver and putting it in the duplex. I tried this out. It fucking worked. I literally plugged everything in from one receiver to the other and everything works. It is all, the rudder works, goes to rate mode. I got some endpoints I need to work on. It's actually smacking the side there, but it actually worked. Everything forward works and backward works, along with having everything in here. So if I do forward and backwards, nothing is moving. I know you can't see it, because I gotta get my face over here because of this stupid thing. Straight across. Even putting it into ADDI mode, it actually works. So the setting, because I just copied the 407 over and started from that because there's such a similar setup. And it all worked! Woohoo! Now I gotta see if the lights aren't working. So I gotta see where those are programmed at. But for the most part, everything on the helicopter worked. Now we just gotta go test fly. So I got it all in here. Got it all set up. It's all nice and pretty. Got everything all zip tied back in there like it should be. Got my little stuff out here and put this one this way and this one this way. It's 9 degrees. Does everything like it's supposed to. Got the lights all programmed. They were off a little bit, but not too bad. So I just had to do it real quick. Not a big deal. And then the last thing that I had was the NASA. It was acting kind of weird. I plugged it in and the swatch breaker, and it just sat there. So I was, what the fuck? Went through all the setups. And the one thing that fixed that was the calibration of the sticks. So I went through, hit that, you know, you do your stuff. You take your sticks and you run them around this way and that way. Got that all done. So it's perfect. So everything's moving forward and backward like it's supposed to. The endpoint's set on the tail because it was kind of smacking up against the thing. Don't know if that was a difference of the, because the maximum endpoints on here were at 125, I believe, in the rudder. We can go take a look. I thought that the max positive and max negative were 125. Maybe that was giving me a reason why this thing was actually making contact in here, but it wasn't. So it's probably I had adjusted this to get a mechanical setup so that the tail wouldn't move whenever I put it in rate mode, and probably did that off a little bit. So not a big deal. So we should be able to get this done and up and flying this weekend. Should be some nice weather here, at least dry. So project number 3 is ready for a maiden. Last coolest thing that I was pissed because I figured I had blown up my searchlight because it wasn't on. Well, come to find out, my dumbass had unplugged it. One of the wires down in here had gotten unplugged. I have them on my sliders. I have my navs and strobes on this side, and I have my landings and warning lights over here. So I got this side, all the lights come on, it's all pretty. And I have my warning lights that come on. And for the longest time, for like the last probably year, that has not worked. Just because I couldn't see down in there to see if it was unplugged or not. My Christmas tree is ready for a maiden. There we go.